So it could be trouble looking back over to the city there.
But we should have some nice constellations to the east and north.
Yeah, I was,
ET cluster and stuff like that.
yeah.
Andromeda, Hercules. But if it's a full moon, just forget
Yeah.
those guys.
Well, the clusters penetrate that decent. Like globulars and especially right on the cluster, we won't even full moon. It's just the nebula and galaxies that get destroyed.
Yeah. Now Ben's been able to pull up a lot of stuff with his scope and showed it on the TV, and that's been a hit at a lot of the star parties there because he can pull in a lot of that nebula, and it really brings out the colors. And
Yeah, that's true with video or CCDs. I remember when we had the astronomical league, we went out to the parking lot of the hotel where we had that, and we literally, you could read a newspaper out there, and we were looking at 5 and 6 galaxies in the same area just because the videos kind of rejects that particular street light wavelength.
I'm sure there's something that we can probably see that we'll just have to main thing would be finding out what they have available or what they're interested in date wise, and we were.
And then alternatives too, like for instance, Ben, if he's out there, he typically has some pictures he's taken. Most people find stuff like that very interesting.
He was showing some of those at the Boy Scout camp, and the guys were glued to the TV set there. That's about everything that I've got. Does anybody have anything they need to bring up?
I'll pass these around.
Okay.
Let me do something quick.
Sure.
This is just thought it'd be a little bit entertaining. These go back into the dark ages, the 1990s. Some of us folks probably remember it. The nearer people probably don't know what the devil some of this stuff is. This was a magazine. There were two of them. There was Telescope Making and there was Deep Sky. Richard Berry, I think, did the Telescope Making. But they were pretty neat little, more advanced magazines. There are all kinds of things. That's one reason I started building big telescopes, because I said, oh, you can see all this stuff. Oh, you need an 18-inch telescope. And I said, well, I've only got a 12. And I got a 16-inch, and oh, you need a 20-inch telescope. So I got the 25. And the magazine died, and my targets kind of were eliminated.
Is that the Criterion on the front? The other one?
And this one,
Is that the Criterion
that's actually
6?
a Meade.
Okay.
Although I've seen, I've gotten all kinds of things through there. I've gotten a 12.5-inch cave mirror, and the older people who've been in the hobby a long time know cave used to be the top of the line, as far as optical quality goes. But I bought a 12.5-inch cave mirror to focus the spider and the whole thing, except for the tube. On the tube assembly, I bought it for like $400. It's like an 8-way mirror when I tested it. But you could get anything and everything, all kinds of imaginable. Matter of fact, I got my glass for my 25-inch mirror, both blanks, the broken one and the one I finished the mirror with, out of this magazine. So then Craigslist and all these online websites kind of eliminated this, but it used to be a big event to get this thing on the 5th or 6th day of the month, and you went through real quick, and I had an ink pen, and I'd call people, and I'd send checks. I could talk to people, and I could tell a lot about what things were really like. I actually bought a $10,000 $10,000 16-inch optical flat for $120. The guy was selling his mirror blanks, and I got the thing in, and I started testing it, and I said, it's polished. I wonder why it's polished. So I've made lenses over the years, and I said, I'm going to test this to see how good of an optical flat it is. These are lenses that I'd made, so I knew how good they were. And I started going all over this thing, and I said, this is a good optical flat. So I called the guy back, and what had happened is they had used those flats to align the sights and the guns with some tank they quit building. And when they quit building the tanks, they just sold one of these things off the surplus. Guy bought like 12 or 15 of them, and he sold them as mirror blanks. And what they were, the only place I could find a mirror blank or a optical flat that size was in Edmund Scientific Company. And they charged $10,000 for a 16-inch optical flat. And I paid like 120, 30, 40 bucks for it. I mean, this is the type of thing you found in this magazine. Anything and everything. So, for those of you that haven't seen it, I want to get these back. I thought maybe a little bit of a look at yesteryear. I think I'm going to start the other side with this. But I thought you might find that of interest. And that's the deep sky that one's coming through.
And Jack, for the treasurer's report, we've got $1,290.59 in the account.
Plenty of money. When are we going to the Bahamas?
Yeah, we gotta look for that dark side.
Just remember, I'm in your suitcase. Lloyd, is Fall Creek Falls still on for September 6th through 8th?
No,
Has that been changed?
it'll be November. Now they're having a bluegrass festival that weekend. So earliest time I can get it would be, I guess November 1st. Check. Yeah, November 1st. 2nd.
1st through the 2nd?
Yeah. We don't like having it that way because it's usually pretty cold.
Yeah. Well, especially up
We have a
there.
choice, yeah.
You think Bill will be showing up with anything to sell with that?
No, it's just a gathering. It's not like the spring.
Yeah.
It's the spring ceremony.
So,
No, we don't have speakers, it's just folks showing up. It's there.
Bill's still in business?
Yeah,
Okay, I have to go to his website now.
there's a spring star party. A bunch of little folks.
And my daughter's graduating from college that day.
Yeah.
After only 8 years in college.
Congratulations. She gainfully employed?
It wasn't,
Is she gainfully employed?
I'd say she is, but she's not making a whole lot of money.
That's,
I only had to get $100 this month.
This, I got mixed dates here. Your spring, 2014 spring star party. Get that?
probably not.
Okay.
I've got it on my computer.
I'll show you working, going up there in the May, June, July, and August, and then I got the fall one down for September again. But I don't have the spring one up here.
Let's see.
That's okay. Whenever you run across that, if it hasn't changed, if you can fire me off email with that, then I'll send it out to the membership to let them know. Because several of the star parties have really talked about that and the fact that he has a lot of good eyepieces at a real reasonable price. And everybody might be interested in that.
Talking about Bill or somebody else.
Bill?
Yeah. Maybe we could ask Bill if we're gonna have enough attendance, he might run up there for an afternoon or something.
You never know. You know, it's like everything else. You never know. You just never know.
Well, since the Tennessee Star Party died, it's kind of left a gap in this. geographical area. So,
Well, the reason I had mine in the screen is because we had pinlights and starlights. No, we throwing another one in there, in a big person. Plus, I come out with sunlights. They never fall on the same days.
and I like those star days.
So, if they have pockets around town, I'm going to look there too.
Well, I've been doing that since 1990.
Yeah. We're breaking tradition.
Is Starfest the one between the lakes?
The Starfest is in Kingsport.
Kingsport. Oh, okay, that's
Bays
east.
Mountain.
Bays Mountains.
Oh,
That's a
okay.
beautiful place, and they typically have it in October. Most of the times the trees return.
You really don't go for the night sky up there because you have Kingsport there,
Yeah.
like a minute, but you go for the good guys.
We go for the talks. It's a beautiful park, and typically the trees are turning, and you just get a whole nature experience up there. Typically about 80 people show up. Probably, in my opinion, that's the best weekend star party that I've ever been to.
It's social, pretty much. It's
Yeah.
pretty intense.
It's not too early to start thinking about Astronomy Day in October, the 12th. Ben had several good ideas about setting up and having individuals bring their scopes who have troubles, figuring out how to use them and all, and have just kind of a little seminar or, help out people with their scopes. We need some ideas and some stuff that we probably don't need to get too elaborate, but we need to start thinking about doing some stuff for Astronomy Day.
What's kind of neat, just set up a reflector mount, teach you how to use it.
Yeah,
Just get your object off in a distance
yeah,
and show them how to line up the finding scope. And it's very simple, teach you in 2-3 minutes.
Yes, sir.
The other thing too is planisphere. Show them how to use that.
yeah.
You know how to use it, read the calendar and tell time, that's all that thing is. So that's another couple of minutes. So you can teach a lot of people how to get started.
You gonna be available on the 12th? You're good at that planisphere
Possibly.
with your
On the
charts.
12th of-
October. Probably start again around 3 o'clock. We usually,
You gonna have it here or somewhere else?
I've got to try to figure out, I wrote it down somewhere when we were, our last, I believe it's going to be here, but I'll have to check to make sure. October 12th?
Yeah. Be around Saturday.
Yeah, yeah. we always-
Did they see this?
Yeah.
I got one of these at home.
There you go.
See, it needs
That's
to-
the fun, yeah, but that was so interesting.
Look familiar, Chris?
Is Chris on the line now?
Yeah.
Hey, Chris.
That's the exact same, it looks like the exact same scope he's got.
Can you see him on the monitor?
Now, he's, I think he's watching over YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah,
Where's the astronomy day going to be?
that's why I've got to double check there. I think I figured,
That's what's Chris got?
I had it planned to come back out here, and I got to double check, make sure what the last date that we have at Bledsoe Creek for this year. Their resident ranger,
Bernie?
her last day is, Bernie's last day is the 2nd of September, I believe she said.
So she won't be there for the next.
No. So I don't remember if we had planned on September being the last date out there or for this year or not. I like here at Ball State because it's more open. there at Bledsoe, we're sitting in this bowl, and it's nice, but I don't think we're going to have that many campers in October. I can't remember what they're.
It's lease approved.
Right. Yeah. Like I said, I wrote it down someplace there, and I was trying to cruise through here. And I basically just put down the, oh, this date, the day of the start parties and not the location. But we had discussed it at one of the meetings, and I think we decided to cut the Bledsoe. It seemed like about 6 months out here and 6 months,
Yeah, about half and half.
I believe. Another thing we need to think about is and I was at a loss there because we were going around in a circle, or I was, and we need to start looking at dates next year for public start parties. So you know, do the move. We tried to do the move phase there, and
There's several good online calculators, I guess. Oh, you know anybody took any good pictures up there at any of the star parties at Fall Creek Falls? If you can get some photos for me, I'd like to, put it under past events.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
If I ever get to go, we'll come up and take pictures and video.
Yeah.
I'll have to go up the Bledsoe website there and see what they've got, what they're showing. I don't have it here.
About out of battery, but let me, I can get your email address.
That's what we could
Tell you what, send it to Webmaster.
Can you write it down?
Okay.
Because I won't be there yet.
Okay, cool. We'll do that.
Other than the instruction on how to use your scopes, we generally wind up sitting around and talking to each other.
I'll tell you what, if we can give me some sort of table, preferably something standing up, I've got some glass, and I think I know where it is, and I just let people play with it. It's kind of, it's not really good for making a telescope mirror that lets people see how to grind. Let's go up a little big a few times when I've done that in the past. Just maybe like a fourth of the people enjoy that, and or maybe even half sometimes. Just see what it's like to actually grind, what the process is, and the glass is good enough for that.
If we're still down at Bledsoe, we could use any of those picnic tables there as long as they don't have them reserved. And I don't know what.
Didn't take much. I bring a piece of newspaper,
Yeah.
a cup to put water in, and we can separate it, and we'll just let it go at it.
Most people I know, we have these little tables we set our briefcase on with our eyepieces in them, but none of them are very sturdy for people leaning on. And I don't have, I can't think of anyone that had one of those sturdier tables there, like the 6-foot type, that.
You can, and I have sat down on the ground and done it before too.
Yeah.
It's not as, it's harder to see when you got a group of people
Sure.
around it. Since I have my little instant, I have a hard time getting up and down off the ground, although I can do it. It just hurts something. So,
Well, the last astronomy day, Ben, Jewel, and Sue and I sat there and ate sandwiches and talked all afternoon.
is that the one that we were out in the field?
We were at Bledsoe.
That's
Yeah, last one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Spring astronomy day. Nobody showed up.
Yeah.
So we had a good picnic.
What was that we went to? I thought that was astronomy day. We were actually in the field here at Volunteer State.
That was the fall one you're thinking of. The spring one was here and nobody showed up. They did.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
actually, 2 people showed up.
Yeah. I know the last couple, we hadn't had very much of a turnout.
Kind of isolated. You almost have to be in a high traffic area to get any turnout.
You see this one?
We went and advertised it good either.
That was the whole purpose behind going to Bledsoe, is because we got full
Yeah,
traffic.
but it's short notice.
We get some up here. We really, when we worked in conjunction with Dr. Ferris and things that he put on, we had a lot of traffic those days, especially the Venus Transit and his science day, I think that's what they call them, what it's called.
Very good turnout for that Venus Transit.
Yeah. Matter of fact, we had some people all the way from, I think they were New Jersey or someplace, so they were East Coast. They were visiting people here going further west there. They just had to, well, he emailed me several months beforehand and asked if we were going to do anything. Gave me directions. Pleasant to talk to. Anybody has any ideas about things to do on Astronomy Day? Give me shoot me an email. We'll see what all we can run. And I don't know if we can locate one of those tables where the legs where they just fold up underneath them themselves, whether we're stronger or not. I want to say Alan had a strong table at one time, but I don't remember. I think he was hauling around in his truck. But it's been a while since I talked to him about it.
Probably figure out something. I can actually do it like in a tailgate of a truck or something like that. We want a real fancy, new shiny truck because it might get some abrasive, get some scratches.
Yeah. But first, you got to have a bunch of people.
Yeah. But I've done that before.
Sure.
I did most of my actual grinding of optics on my picnic table.
Yeah.
That's why I grabbed the 25-inch mirror, the 16, on a picnic table. And then polish inside.
Well,
That's just something kind of different that people don't do anymore. That's one reason I throw that out there.
If we're still at Bledsoe, we'll sweet talk Jim into bringing his kitchen table. He's got a brand new SUV there. We can slide that baby back in the back. I got some screwdrivers and wire pliers. We can take his table apart real fast.
I've got a brand new one, it's a 2006. But there's probably room for it in Ben's little PT Cruiser.
Yeah, I never know what I'd get in that thing.
If we had power, I'd actually bring the Ted hot polisher.
Come on.
He said,
How many watts do you need?
do what now?
How much current draw does it pull?
I'm trying to remember how many amps it pulls. I've got it written on the motor. I've actually got 2 motors that I used to run the thing.
Because I can jerk the 2,000 watt converter I've got, and we can.
Yeah. That would handle it. Well, I mean, I run it off
I mean,
a
it handles-
15 amp plug-in of it, and I'll run other things too, so it's
Yeah.
not,
That inverter runs my air compressor, so I should run that.
you know, you could actually do that. And you all realize, it's something that I obtained a few years ago, is I've got a commercial optical grinding and polishing machine. It'll have like a 33 inch. So, I mean, I got all kinds of goodies like that.
Well, if anybody doesn't have anything else, it's everything that I can think of at the moment, so we'll, nobody has anything, we'll adjourn until next month there. I'll get some information on, from Denise, and we'll go from there. You guys have anything you want to put out?
Steve?
Question?
Chris, got anything?
Text him.
Text me or message him.
Hurry up, we're about to shut down here.
Good night, Chris.
Night.
If I can find that, though, I
Enjoyed meeting this little girl
Put it up
yesterday. She's a
somewhere.
doll.
Yeah.
A lot of things happened over the last couple of years, but can we just bring the glass one night? And, I think I did it years ago, but let you see how you would actually grind optics.
Be fun.
Sure.
I'll just bring some abrasive.
Let me know when you want to do it. You can have the floor
Let me
for as
find
long
it.
as you
I'll
need.
email you, I'll look for it, if I can find it pretty quick.
I'll shoot him.
Jack, why don't we do start doing a show and tell, but anyone's got any new equipment or a scope they want to show us, let's do something astronomy. You just said we're planning all this stuff, and we're not really learning anything about astronomy here.
Yeah.
We need a program, or something like that to work with.
And-
Just, Stephen bring in some of his narrow grinding stuff, and show us that.
You can show your pictures.
Some of the rest of them, I'm sure, you can bring in your reading scope, come back here and look at it. Just do something astronomy, that'd be good.
Yeah, we can do, collimation on scopes and.
Now, that's not a bad, that's a good program, it's collimating a Newtonian reflector.
Yeah.
Or even a spit cast screen.
Oh, that's a whole nother ball.
I knew you'd say that. That's why I brought it up.
Well, most of the time, the four of us have just a good time talking.
We've
This is
had
the most people
people,
we've had in
wow.
years.
yeah. We've had people there longer than that. I mean, we
No, I'm
was,
talking about the meetings.
oh, I thought you meant,
Normally, there's 4 or 5 of us, and that's it. So
It's kind of
that's the
sad.
problem with show and tell.
Well, I do.
If we had advance notice, people, break stuff
If
in
you've
and do
got 5
it.
people,
we
that's
do it.
5 months worth of show and tell right there.
Yeah.
They could bring their favorite scope, or if it's too
Yeah.
big, they could bring, a piece of
have two
equipment.
people bring something in,
I'll
and
tell-
one of
I'll
them.
tell you.
And then if nothing
Yeah.
else, we put, I'll record it, put it on YouTube, and anybody who doesn't come can still watch it, and, well, might attract more
It'd be
people.
kind of a neat thing to do.
Well, I would like that.
I'll tell you something else I
I
did
think
one
we
time.
sell
I still got
those
the
study
scope.
circles for the big
And you wouldn't be
cities.
on the spot the whole time to
Yeah.
carry the
Maybe.
meeting. That's not a lot of fun,
I've got something else I think. You remember the Tennessee Star Party many years ago when Bill didn't get the 6-inch telescopes together?
Oh, yeah.
But you remember, I still did the demo of assembling the telescope.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
And how you basically,
Wasn't that Captain Clark Connor?
I think I did,
It
yeah.
was, yeah.
But I mean, I literally, I spent about 30 minutes or so. And I
Then you
just,
disassembled one and then reassembled.
and I just assembled a telescope. Bill was supposed to get the parts in, we were supposed to have everybody assemble their own telescopes. I built 26-inch telescopes that year.
You know what we could do also? If Chris, he probably won't text me, but he could bring his meat in, and we could do a show and tell and straightening it out.
Yeah, that's another thing.
I told he's going to name that telescope Pecos Bill. It broke a tornado and survived.
Something I did forget, sometime this fall, we're going to have some more Boy Scouts wanting to start party, and they can't always, make it to our public parties, so we may, do maybe midweek or midday of the week start party for them, but it'll be sometime this fall. A couple guys, scout, they run their what they call them, troops.
Yeah.
They
They can't afford to go to
And,
Foxville, so.
yeah, they couldn't make it to Boxwell, so they were wanting to have a little star party themselves there. So that's something, haven't got any dates or anything yet, that's not, they want to do it this fall.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll round something up and I'll send you an email. And I'll try to, and then I'll plan on doing a